goes on, and it's about 0 degrees. Come out, get your pajamas on, feet protection. Yeah, it's got very cold, very, very cold at the moment. So. Well, I know you've been here before, but this is what we have to do, is go round and round the garden like a teddy bear. 1 step, 2 step. At least we're not singing Ring a Ring a Roses, Pocket Full of Posies, the old plague song. But yeah, you might be wondering where I've been, because I haven't been able to post updates or videos because the VPN is down. Hooray. What that means is that China blocks the internet, and it has decided to come down heavy at the moment, and you could probably guess why, but it means we get no access to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, that sort of stuff, and basically turns our computers and our smartphones into useless bits of plastic. So there's little doggies, we need to go another way, because Snooky doesn't like little Chinese brown doggies like that, little teddy bears. Yeah, so what I was saying, so it also means, unfortunately, somebody getting his vitamin D. What it also means is that, unfortunately, I've been making websites for my upcoming university classes, and now I can't get on to the website site, wix.com, which is what I use, and so it becomes, everything becomes a bit more difficult when you don't have the VPN. I may have to just sort the dog out a minute. Yeah, so it just makes everything a bit difficult when the VPN doesn't work. Virtual personal network. You can tell today is very bright, blue sky, sunny, but it's about 10 degrees, so it's a bit chilly. There's a bit of a chill breeze blowing around. But we're starting to get a little bit of good news. You know, the situation is starting to ease off a little bit, in as much as well, one of the things you have to do, or they've asked us to do, is to use this app where you put in your health status, and then you get a QR code. A green one, an amber one, a red one. Obviously, if you're showing symptoms, you'll get a red one. I suppose if you've got a few symptoms, you might get an amber. But like me, no symptoms, haven't been anywhere near people from Wuhan or any of the really bad infected cities, then I get a green code. Which means effectively I can go out, and the public transport is starting, so that means we can go on the taxi and get to the supermarket. Another thing we've got to do is Snooky here needs her annual rabies injection, and that's the law for dogs here in China. Every year they need a rabies injection, because rabies is still prevalent here. So, and it's getting towards the due date, and we were wondering what was going to happen. I mean, we would have just had to do it later, but it just, you know, makes things all a bit more complicated. But it looks like we might be able to jump in a taxi and get the dog to the vet for her injections, which is good. What other good news? Oh yeah, the other good news is so the good news that the transportation things are working. Things are starting maybe to ease up a little bit, and here I am as well, so ready for the cold. Yeah, so as I was saying, hello, you, the shadow. Yeah, the number of I think it's infections have been dropping day by day by day, according to the data that we get to see. And interestingly, in Zhejiang here, which we're this province, Zhejiang, we're about 4th on the list of the most infected provinces. We've got about 1,500 infections, and apart from the fact people are getting better, there have been no deaths in this province. So that's, you know, that's a real success, that there have been no deaths in this province at all. So yeah, who knows how quickly this thing might be over. What we got there? It might be over quicker than we think, but you know, that may be just wishful thinking on our behalf. Oh, it's cold. My hands are freezing. It hasn't helped that I've been working on my computer trying to do my university work, and my hands have got cold. So I feel. Oops. Sorry about that. Dog. So maybe maybe we just get in the sunshine for a bit longer and try and warm up a little bit, get some vitamin D. Somebody was telling me the other day, you know, that if we stay in too long we might suffer from a vitamin D deficiency, so you need to get into some sunshine. Look, here's some sunshine. It looks like somebody's already had the same idea and pulled a chair up. You can see what I was saying. I know the sun is a bit bright, but all this and the school there, this is all new build. You see it over there, just over this fence, there's a park. About 3 months ago, that park was a pile of industrial rubble, but now it's a park. You know, you might have read about or seen about, you know, the Chinese building hospitals in 10 days. 2 hospitals in 10 days. They're building another one, 6 days, 1,000 beds in Hubei province. Yeah, how long is it? How long does our government in the UK prevaricate about building new hospitals? Years and years and years, doesn't it? China, let's build a hospital. How long is it going to take? 10 days. Yeah, okay. Come on, Britain, you can do it. Beautiful blue skies. See, and people have this image that China is polluted and that we live under these white polluted skies. On days like today, you wouldn't believe it, would you? And you shouldn't believe it, because that is a fact. If the pollution is not as bad as people say. In Beijing, yes, Beijing is bad, but you know, London's bad, Birmingham's bad, big cities are bad. Hi, doggy dog. What's that? That looks like a bit of Buddha. Bit of temple music going on there. CD. What's a CD, Daddy? Yeah, more and more people out and about now. It's a map of our community. You see, you walking around here. We're in number 5 on the corner. We're sort of here, looking over there north. Oh yeah, seven blocks. So in this whole area, you know, what are they? 32 stories high. These buildings. There are 6 apartments on each floor. And even if you think two people in each apartment, that's well over a minimum of 2,500 people here. So guess in this community, you know, there's between what, 3,000, 5,000 people, including the workers who live here. So it's a big community. It's like a little village. But at the moment, it's still pretty much like a ghost village, isn't it? You know, we're not seeing many people. Usually it's busy. Oops, here comes a car. You know, every time I say something, life contradicts me. I say, oh, it's so silent and there's no traffic, and then boom, a car goes past. Or look, there's no people, and then somebody on a motorcycle or electric bike zooms past. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping the VPN is up again soon, so that we can, you see the gardeners have been around cutting the grass. People are working. So I'm hoping the VPN will be up soon and I can get back onto YouTube. Yeah, watching the cats. Hello. Ooh. People got their sun bleaching their bedding is a big thing in China, and it was one of the initial instructions that, you know, to sun bleach your bedding, because that'll kill the virus, won't it? But I don't think the sun's that powerful at the moment. I mean, it's warm in the sun, but darn it, the wind is a bit what do we say? Brimble. It's a bit brimble out. You may not have ever heard that word. I think it may be a southwestern word, because I've lived in the southwest of England all my life. Well, not all my life, but quite a lot of it. And you can see all that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And yeah, let's go in. It's time for a cup of tea, I think. The old PG tips. So, catch you later. Yeah. Tomorrow, big news. Tomorrow, big news. We're going out. We're taking the hound dog to the vet. She needs her rabies jabs. I think I said we know that we can go out. So yeah, we checked with the vet. The vet's open, and so we will be out and about. So maybe another exciting excursion video to take tomorrow. But it's cold, it's late, and I want to get in bed. There are more and more lights on, and more and more people coming back now. You can see some of these blocks were absolutely empty the past few weeks, but anyway, I'm going to switch off. Good night.